Hey everyone, Chris here. I wanted to run through some of the upcoming features that are about to be released for URLMonitor. If you follow our public roadmap, if you don't, you should. It's right up here at the top here in navigation. You can click that and see what we have coming, but also, probably more importantly, you can request features. Just a quick note on request features. It is a request. Um, I think sometimes we have customers expect maybe a little bit more than they should there, but we definitely want all of the requests to hear at least the feedback, what you guys are thinking. It gives us not only the roadmap that we can start building right away, but at least the ideas and uh, essentially path forward that you guys would like to see. So please visit the roadmap and any suggestions. No suggestions bad. It's just sometimes we might not. We don't do all suggestions, I should say. So anyway, real quick, just wanted to show you some of the things we're working on. First and foremost, the additional seats. That's probably going to be ready this week. So it's June 13th. We're in the middle of June. We're gonna have a lot more features out specifically in June, which is great. I know this is definitely one of the top features that we have because let's be honest, we all have multiple GSC accounts, which just then makes it a pain to work with URLMonitor. So we are fixing that right away. Sorry, not right away. It should be done at least in testing this week and then probably into production next week. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, we are adding in additional reporting, which is a great one, right? So, um, just like me being a customer, I totally understand where you're coming from in asking for this, and we are working on essentially like graphs and reporting that we can show you at the higher levels, business and above. This is all going to be white label reporting for you. But all of the reporting is going to be available. It really just shows you kind of like your account at the website level and all the jobs that are being run, which is a lot. There's a lot in the background happening, even if you're on auto index or you're doing this manually. It's not just one job and then that's it, right? Of course. With Google, sometimes it takes multiple times to ping the crawl API, Google to crawl it. And as we know, depending on the content of the page, there's nothing to say Google will index the page, right? So sometimes it takes repeated follow up, and so it's not just crawl API working one time and that's it. Obviously, there's a process that we follow, and there's a ton of inspection APIs going off pretty much every day. So we want to show you all those jobs working for you, essentially what you're getting for URLMonitor with indexing pages. So that also is coming out. That will probably be in June as well. And then as we drift through the rest of the summer, there's going to be a lot more individual page level detail. So page health is always great. I think probably one of the most underutilized features within URLMonitor is right here. Page health at the individual URL level. I would love this to be more front and center for people, and maybe there's something we do there to bring that out. But just think of more individual page level stuff where it's think of meta structure, like some SEO related things that we're going to bring in per URL. So you have your titles, your meta structure, your outline, anything really available on that level. We're going to bring in to just give you more and more power there. So that's like probably the next three big things coming. A lot more detail here. I know this has to be fixed as well. That's not pulling in correctly, but just a lot more detail of the individual page besides just page health. It's going to be a lot of statistics for you to look at, which starts us transforming into more just not an indexing tool, but like an overall monitoring tool, right? Which is obviously what the name suggests. So that's coming. Um, we are also working on a lot more features within here where we've seen it all at this point of what people have in terms of their site. People have 50 site maps and they want 48 of them to register, and two that don't. We see subdirectories, we see subdomains, we see it all, right? So there is some functionality that makes sense to add there where you can, uh, within sitemap level, um, probably having a control element here where it backs out folders, subdirectories, whatever you want not indexed happening directly at the control level, as opposed to entering the sitemap, seeing all the pages come, and then de-index. We don't want to have that additional step created, so we're going to have a control level where you can back out submaps. That you want to. You can back out folders, subdirectories, etc. that you want to. So that's coming as well. And then after those things, later in the summer, Bing indexing, which, believe it or not, is being requested more and more as we figure out what the hell this time is with Google search, right? So we'll definitely be adding that as well. And again, it all leads towards the path and the roadmap of not just being an indexing tool, but really, really, of course, having that with Google and Bing, but more just giving you a lot of data, useful data available here at the URL level, both from a indexing and structure and technology standpoint, but just more and more stats here as well. I think the more the better, so you can truly monitor multiple things within URLMonitor. You can see, SEO related stuff. You can see the page health in terms of indexing and tech stuff in terms of things like web dev type stuff, load times and things like that. So that's the direction we're going. A lot of stuff is in progress, which is great. The big one to me is the getting the multiple GSCs into one URLMonitor account. That's a pain in the butt, even for myself right now. I have 3 or 4 accounts. It just makes it a bit maddening. So bear with us. That's coming. A lot of additional great features coming. And please, please, if you have more requests, just hit this roadmap button at the very top. You can request features. And then also, if you haven't subscribed yet, join our affiliate right here. 50% commissions for 6 months, which is great. Also, scrolling down, we have added a lot more of social instead of just Twitter, which we just passed 100 followers, which is great. Small, but great. YouTube, definitely check that out. I should have mentioned that up here. This is our knowledge resource center. This is where this video is going to go. I'm going to have additional elements that we can go through. Still some questions about the job flows and, our 7-day process. If it's, one and done, it's a 7-day process for it to complete. Anyway, check that out, YouTube. But also down here, we have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So really starting to move things along, and thank you for your support. And if you have any, direct questions for me or for the team, hit the support button, send an email to us. You can find me on Twitter personally, or YouTube or anything like that. We are available to chat. So just let us know.